Firehead. Not all, no.
What's your number, John? 16. In! Come round. What's your number? 14. Tommy!
Who's that? Aye.
Mickey what?
Aye.
What number are you there? 18. 18. Come on, Packy!
And so we join you after about 4.5 minutes play in the first half, and the scoreboard reading for Drumeela, who lead by 1 point to no score. Here comes a free. It's sent out to the right and it's gone wide. Aidan Dolan, the kicker of that one. And Joe Gormley throwing the ball out there now to Mickey Rourke for the kick out. And there goes Michael's kick out towards this side. Jimmy Morrow in possession. Tackled there by John Maguire and by Finbar Kiernan, and there is a free. Mickey Flanagan, the referee, blowing the whistle. That ball going in there to John Donnelly, who turns and takes a shot. It's gone over the bar and the sides are level. John Lynch to take the kick out. As the noise in the background is a test your driving skill. This is test your fitness skill out here. As the lads in green go attacking once again, that was a kick from Thomas Tierney that went over to make it 2 points to 1. Another kick out, and John Lynch's kick comes out towards the centre. Noah Lyons tapping it down, and Thomas Tierney, his kick is back down by Benny Rourke. Seamus McGovern coming nipping in, playing it soccer style. John Shannon trying to get in there, and there's a little bit of a melee there, but Noah Lyons picking it up and chipping it on ahead nicely there for Jimmy Morrow. Jimmy trying to get in past John Maguire. He's still in possession. He takes the kick. Is screwing across there now, but Brian Kiernan in his old flair and style grabbing it and clearing it out. Vincey Conley letting it go off the hands, and Thomas Tierney coming in. Thomas Chickman, a shot that's going in. It's Pam down there between Edmund Patterson and Brian Kiernan. It's gone out over the end line and must be a 45. Because Michael Rourke is coming up to take the kick. Patrick Mitchell just stopped me as I was passing there a few minutes ago and called me in to do this little job. He told me that the team in blue was Drumeela, but he never told me what name was on the lads in green. That one is sent over the bar there to make it now 3 points to 1. Carrigallen lead Drumeela. And John Lynch to get another kick out. 8 minutes gone. We don't know what duration the half will be, whether it's 15, 20 or what. Anything will be long enough, I suppose. Here comes the kick out. Benny Rourke, butter on his fingers, but the ball goes through there to Finbar Kiernan. Finbar now taking the kick, gets snapped in. It's over the bar. 3 points to 2. Benny Rourke. Benny picking it up there. That's John Shannon. John Shannon, the best horseman around the sea, especially if you want to fall off one. But that ball was well rooted away there by Tom Toner. Owen McGovern going past what he was meant to pick up. Eventually he picks it up and sends Benny Rourke on the attack. Benny dispossessed there, and Tom Toner coming out. The ball coming out to Finbar Kiernan. Finbar going through, the chance for the equaliser. He sends it to Vincey Conley. Vincey now to solo and get the left foot behind it. He gets the shot. And nobody there to give a signal. Was there? Maybe it's a score. There's a flag being raised now. And it's 3 points apiece. Michael Rourke's kick is a long one, and Michael Riley's got it. His kick is blocked down, and it goes to Thomas Tierney, who sends it out over the end line, and he sends it wide. John Lynch to take the kick out. All right, for the one out towards this side. Noel Lyons getting a hand to it. John Shannon in there after it. The ball coming on the loose, and Finbar Kiernan coming on the attack now for Drumeela, passing it in nicely to John Shannon. John Shannon, the kick from out the field, has gone out over the end line. It's gone wide despite the race and effort of Paddy Gilhooly to try to get to it. And Paddy, take your hands out. It's a larger ball they're playing with. Out comes the kick out, and it comes to John Shannon. Pulling it inside. Paddy Gilhooly. Is Paddy going for the point here, or is he going to go to Gorby's later for one? It comes back to Benny Rourke, lobbing it in. He sends it wide. Score remaining 3 points apiece. 11 minutes gone. And Michael Rourke to take the kick out. Good long kick upfield, and ball going on there, but Brian Kiernan coming across, and Brian pulling on it, getting it out. But Jimmy Morrow in possession, a nice pass, but he gives it a stray. He gives it to Finbar Kiernan, who was brought down. He's up again, he's tackled, he's fouled, and has been awarded a free. Who's going to take it? John Lynch, the one to take it. Making a little stand for the ball with a little bit of grass that he just plucked there. And the free coming up here now, Tom Toner and Paddy Gilhooly. Ball out over the sideline off Tom Toner and Benny Rourke, anxious to get on with the game. Benny, you best go on another little bit. Benny, you're just about 2 yards outside the sideline, but nevertheless, it's a grand little bank. There goes the kick. Seamus McGovern picking it up. Owen McGovern letting it go past him. Packy McKeever just listening to the crowd as Packy McKeever gets it and chips it to John Shannon. John Shannon's kick is a high one, dropping, lobbing in. It bounces down there. Michael Rourke grabs it. He's about to be tackled. He's coming out with it. He takes the kick. It's gone a sort of a Gary Owen. The ball breaking down in front of us. Thomas Tierney. Thomas the left for the kick into the centre. It's about to be stopped there by Brian Kiernan. He gets it downfield. Thomas Tierney pulling on it, getting it upfield. Brian Kiernan waits. And Brian coming downfield now with an airmail stamp on it. Sends it way down into the corner. Grabbed out there in the corner by Aidan Dolan. He sends it inside. Vincey Conley takes the shot. And he sends it over. Put up the flag there. And the kick out. Held there by Finbar Kiernan for Drumeela. He goes past that thing they're playing with to call it a ball, and Noel Lyons nips in and gets the attack moving once again. But John Lynch coming out with it. Jerome Maguire in the game up there for Carrigallen. He's just come on. That's Tom Toner coming across, and the bearded Tom getting the ball out. Noel Lyons fisting it out there now. Jimmy Morrow fisting it further in for Noel, but John Lynch is coming out to it, and John Lynch winning it. And some of the old flair and style still evident as he comes down into the centre of the field. Seamus McGovern meant to stop him, but stopped himself instead. And the ball is played out for Packy McKeever's got to race out. He won't get to it. It's gone out over the sideline on the far side of the field. And I think it might well be a line ball. Kevin Lynch to take the line ball far side of the field. Will kick it left-footed. He does so. Up there to Thomas Tierney. Thomas Tierney soloing up along the right wing, lobs the ball inside, and good interception there, and Owen McGovern grabbing it, and Owen coming out playing basketball with it. Comes out to Finbar Kiernan, gets it further downfield. Kevin Lynch getting it upfield again. John Lynch waiting to grab it, tackled, harassed, brought down, fouled. Free out, says Micheál Flanagan. Just over 15 minutes gone in the first half, and John Lynch with the free out, 4 points to 3. And the Carrigallen men in the attack again. That's Jimmy Morrow with an arch type of kick away up in there into the corner. Brian Kiernan about to pick it up, succeeding in doing so, tackle, but gets his clearance down into the centre. Kevin Lynch and Packy McKeever and Benny Rourke all tussle for it. And the ball about to break free. Jimmy Morrow in there to the tussle as well as Owen McGovern. Behold calling for the ball, and he's going to throw it up between them. Up between 3 Drumeela men, I think he threw it, but nevertheless, it's a Carrigallen's Thomas Tierney who gets away with it. Left for the kick from Thomas way up there for John Donnelly and John Lynch to come on to. John Lynch getting there first, John Donnelly being held, but the ball now down along the wing. Finbar Kiernan. Finbar tackled by Thomas Tierney, and a high kick from Finbar into the general direction of the goal, and Joe Gormley coming out and Joe getting it and clearing it for Carrigallen out towards the sideline, towards a Renault car on the far side of the field. Benny Rourke out there anxious to take the line ball, and let's hope he gets a little more lift into it than the one he took from this side of the field a few minutes ago. Benny sending it to Packy McKeever. Packy looking to see where the goals are, and he kicks it across to John Shannon. Paddy Gilhooly in possession. Paddy being battled up. He's still in possession. He plays it back, but he plays it to Seamus McGovern. Owen McGovern tackles him. John Maguire taking it to his chest and sending it downfield. Ball about to bounce to Vincey Conley. It is at Finbar Kiernan, and he gets it. Finbar trying to burrow his way through, brought to the ground. Whistle has been blown, and I think there will be a free in. Benny Rourke very anxious to take these placed balls. Four points to 3, I make it, just over 17 minutes gone. And he sends it wide, it's still 4 points to 3. Kevin Lynch to place the ball, and I think Michael O'Rourke is the one who'll take the kick out, and out it comes. Way up to this side, John Lynch palming it down and then going after it and picking it up. About to be confronted, but sidestepping the tackle nicely. Getting it left footed down to Finbar Kiernan, tackled by Noel Lyons. Finbar Kiernan lobbing ball in there towards the goal. Roy Mitchell tussles for it. Roy Mitchell gets it, and the yellow jerseyed Roy clearing it out. Jerome Maguire winning it on the far side of the field, getting it into Kevin Lynch. Back out there to Jerome, who's got to go under a car for it. Another line ball to Drumeela. And it's John Lynch who's going to take it. Almost 19 minutes according to our timing gone in the first half. The ball lobbing in there. Michael O'Rourke coming out with it. Tackled by Finbar Kiernan and dispossessed. John Maguire getting a shot at it, but it comes to Noah Lyons, who's held right in front of referee Micheál Flanagan, and now the play is there with Kevin Lynch. A kick from outfield, it's hopped in and it's gone in for a goal for Carrigallen to make it 1-3 to 4 points. I think Edmund Patterson was looking at a beast of Pat McCartan's in the field the far side of the road. John Lynch to take the kick out. Edmund Patterson to put his hands back in his pockets where they're comfortable and warm. And John Downey looks like a lad who could do with a point. Out comes the kick out, and Kevin Lynch letting it slip there now to Aidan Dolan, who fisted in field. Tom Toner back to grab it. Paddy Gilhooly to try to stop him. Packy McKeever in the melee as well. Ball up there now where Kevin Lynch goes on a solo and up along the far side, takes the kick from out the field. We're waiting for a signal. We didn't get any. We'll assume that it has gone wide. 1-3 to 4 points. There's just over 20 minutes gone in the first half. Nobody told me if it was a 20-minute half or what it's going to be. We'll soon find out. John Lynch is free. Thomas Tierney getting it. And John Maguire blocking him. Owen McGovern in there. Owen playing it down to John Shannon. And John Shannon twisting and turning. Being held on to and about to take the free himself. That one blocked down. Comes to Thomas Tierney. And Thomas's favourite spot to kick it is out towards that sideline. Brian Kiernan getting to it and sending it out towards his own guard, and it will be a line ball for the Carrigallen men. Kevin Lynch to take the line ball. Floating it in. Too hard, too high for John Donnelly, who made a great effort to get to it, and the ball has gone wide. Edmund Patterson having placed the ball not to the liking of the kicker John Lynch, who replaces it to his own liking and satisfaction, and then will take the kick out. Out it comes. Thomas Tierney knocking it down. Vincey Conley trying to pick it up and succeeding in doing so. And Vincey a high shot out towards the far side. Kevin Lynch and Packy McKeever race for it. Kevin's got it. Packy's got him. But Kevin gets his kick in. Up to John Donnelly. Taking it to his chest. Playing it out there for Jimmy Morrow. And Jimmy, who I met earlier today down in Balturbet at a drag hunt, playing that one inside there towards John Lynch. But as Finbar Kiernan gets it out, Thomas Tierney about to get it back and floats it in. Finbar Kiernan coming out with it, and Finbar chipping it nicely to the unmarked Vincey Conley. Vincey fisting it further on to Benny Rourke. Benny now trying to get away on a bit of a solo run. Tackled by Tom Toner, but still Benny in possession. Vincey Conley calling for it on this side. And Tom Toner dispossessing Benny. But Benny wasn't easily knocked off it. He goes back and plays it back to John Shannon, who gets it into the centre. Vincey Conley and Seamus McGovern tussle, and Vincey wins it. He's tackled by Seamus. He chips it further downfield. But it's Thomas Tierney who's back to get it, and Thomas sends Carrigallen attacking. John Lynch about to break up that attack with the help of Brian Kiernan. And Brian coming out on a right foot kick out into the centre. There's 3 Drumeela men for it, and one of them gets it is Finbar Kiernan. Finbar chipping it to John Shannon. John with Benny Rourke in support. He doesn't use him. He sends it out here where they've got to come for a fight for it. Paddy Gilhooly. Paddy turning, soloing, chipping it infield. Tom Toner back there to get it. Dispossessed by John Shannon. And the ball running free. Owen McGovern playing it infield. Finbar Kiernan getting it into Aidan Dolan. Aidan Dolan's shot. Joe Gormley on his knees getting that one coming out. And Joe clearing it out towards the centre where Michael Riley has gone out to try to keep it in play. Does he succeed? The sideline seems to have stretched a little, so the ball is kicked away up there. And the flagging for a point. And Jerome Maguire fisted into John Donnelly, who's about to be dispossessed by John Maguire. Ball played outfield. Finbar Kiernan favourite to pick it up, and Finbar playing it down the wing. Race to it, Paddy Gilhooly. Michael Rourke, John Shannon tackles him. Mickey Flanagan has blown the whistle, and A free out right there in front of us. And Michael kicks it up along the wing. John Lynch coming across. Jimmy Morrow getting a touch to it. Thomas Tierney floating it across to the far side. Jerome Maguire taking it. And left footing it high. Dropping in. That one looks to be out over the end line. I don't know who. Well, the flag's raised again. It's difficult to know whether those are scores or not. Those last two I'd have a great doubt about, but the flag was raised, so I will put them up.
Just as well to start trying if the loss.
And from the kick out, the ball comes to John Shannon. Paddy Gilhooly unmarked inside, the ball going hopping in, and they tell me it's gone wide. Michael Rourke to take the kick out. Out it comes. Benny Rourke letting it slip through, and Jimmy Morrow getting it for Carrigallen with his tugs on backwards, because I see the cords hanging down round his bottom. He's groping for the ball there. He doesn't get it. Michael Riley does. Tackled, fouled out there on the far side, and there's going to be a free. Jimmy Morrow wiping the cow dung from his hands so as he'll be able to grasp the ball if the said thing comes to him later on. There goes the kick. It's high. It's over. Carrigallen now taking a commanding lead, but as we all know, in fixtures like this, the thing always seems to finish on level term. John Lynch's kick out. Benny Rourke knocking it on there, but it's Tom Toner who gets it. Tom Toner getting it upfield, but John Maguire grabbing it to his chest. And a good left foot kick from John down there between Roy Mitchell and Packy McKeever. Roy Mitchell coming out after it. Picking it up. Way up out over the end line, and it's gone wide. Edmund Patterson carefully placing the ball for John Lynch to take the kick out. Way downfield. A nice little touch there now from John Shannon to Vincey Conley. A high kick that's going to drop, but has gone out over the end line, and it's gone wide. And if there was 2 or 3 men to just move those goals over a little bit, Vincey, you might hit the target. There goes the whistle from Mickey Flanagan. And we'll have to see if they're going to turn around and play another half or not. It'll all depend on who's anxious to get to a premises across the road first. We've had a little consultation with referee Michael Flanagan, and we've sorted out the scores, and the scores is 1-4 to Carrigallen, 5 points to Drumeela. The umpires weren't doing their jobs properly, says Mickey, who always does his job right. We'll continue with the second half in just a few seconds. And the second half is on. Edmund Patterson playing out the field, and Packy McKeever in goal. Finbar Kiernan in possession for Drumeela. Gets it away up there now. Paddy Gilhooly waits and brings it down, having to chase after it. Michael Rourke, the fitter of the two, picking it up, coming out with it, and a long relieving clearance down along the far side. Finbar Kiernan in possession. Finbar sending the kick in, it's high. And it's been called a point, and we'll make that 6 points.
6 points to
1-4 to 6 points. Michael Rourke to take the kick out. He has to follow the hill with it this time. Brian Kiernan. And Brian arching it out there for Benny Rourke. Benny grabbing it and trying to work his way through. He's still in possession. He's on the ground. This must be the chance for the equaliser. Finbar Kiernan running up to take the free. And it's gone straight through for a goal. And that makes it 1-6 to 1-4. And luckily enough, if we just look over here, Jim, the moon, or half at least anyway, in a clear part of the sky, and we might need it before the game is over. The ball is kicked out, and Jimmy Morrow was trying to get it. Jimmy is fouled. And about to take the free. 1-6 to 1-4, Drumeela lead Carrigallen. There goes the kick. Michael Riley bringing it down. Tackled. Michael Flanagan has blown the whistle and a free in. Now let's see what the changes are. Pat Fitch seems to be the new goalkeeper. Edmund Patterson still got a hand in the pocket. Packy McKeever out the field. And Noel Lyons to take the free. There goes the kick. It's gone wide. Pat taking the kick out. Michael Flanagan says that it's not taken from the right place by the right man at the right time. Must be retaken. And the ball has been sent. I think Pat's kick was a better one. It's out over the sideline on the far side of the field. Jimmy Morrow to take it. Nice one in towards the centre. Thomas Tierney in possession. And Thomas has been fouled. Free almost in front of the goal, and he himself to take it. Chipping it in. Chipping it over. And there's just 1 point between them. Out comes the kick out. That's Brendan Riley. I think somebody told me earlier on he was Michael, and I have been calling him that all along. Just discovered that it's Brendan, and that one was kicked wide. Another kick out. Benny Rourke. Throwing up that Owen McGovern. And Owen taking a little bit of a tumble, but not anxious to part company with the ball. It comes eventually to Finbar Kiernan. Finbar Kiernan playing it back to John Shannon. And John playing it out there, but Thomas Tierney nipping in and getting it for Carrigallen. He's hauled to the ground and has been awarded a free. No Lions. Down there to Jimmy Morrow. Jimmy, have your shot. It's a goal! John Donnelly hit the upright, come back into play, and John was in there to punch it home. Two 5 to 1-6. Micheál, is that with you? John Maguire having carefully placed the ball, and John Lynch's kick come up to Vincey Conley. Roy Mitchell losing his footing there, but then regaining to block down Vincey Conley's kick. And then Vincey sending it out into the crowd out here behind us. Patrick Mitchell to return the ball. And Kevin Lynch to take the line ball. Left for a kick from Kevin. Ball breaking free in there. Brian Kieran pulling on it. It comes back then out to Brendan Riley. He's working his way through. He sends it away out to the far side, out towards the corner flag. John Donnelly thundering out after it. So also there is Jimmy Morrow, and the ball staying in play. Jimmy, centre across the centre. Let them fight for it. Owen McGovern breaking it down. Thomas Tierney. Thomas with the shot. It hit the upright. It comes back. It's sent out over the end line and it's gone wide. And we still make it 2-5 to 1-6. But who knows? The scores have been changed so often. It'll be very difficult to know what it will finish at. John Maguire to take the kick out on the left-footed kick. Brendan Riley bringing it down for Jimmy Morrow. Jimmy trying to work his way through. He's tackled. He's fouled. Free out there in front of us. As the sun sets and the moon rises, the light fading somewhat. Jimmy Morrow to take the kick. Jimmy Morrow's kick is over the bar. 2-6 to 1-6. John Lynch has moved out into the centre of the field in a little endeavour to improve the forward power for the Drumeela lads. Jimmy Morrow and Owen McGovern tussle far out, but there is a free to Carrigallen. Noel Lyons coming down anxious to take it. Kevin Lynch calling for it, and Kevin Lynch getting it turned, take the left foot shot, and it's caught there by Finbar Kiernan, and Finbar Kiernan sending the Drumeela lads into the attack. Roy Mitchell breaking up that attack. Benny Rourke coming in to try to get it. Kevin Lynch back there, Finbar Kiernan there, John Shannon there, Benny Rourke is there, and Benny now chipping it on for John Shannon. John, a kick out to the far side to Owen McGovern. Owen about to be tackled by Jimmy Morrow. Still Owen in possession. Learned his football from the brother-in-law, Junior McKiernan. And the ball coming out there to Paddy Gilhooly, who nips it in for John Shannon. The attack is still on. Owen McGovern still in possession. Playing it out into the corner, but Michael Rourke is back there, and Michael Rourke's clearance is a long high one down there to Brendan Riley. The bottom was out of his basket as the ball dropped through it. Vincey Conley gets it for Drumeela. Vincey Conley takes the kick, is swerving in. Roy Mitchell waits, but out comes Michael Rourke. And Michael clearing it out towards the far side. Jimmy Morrow lets it hop. John Donnelly. John and Edmund Patterson. John Maguire back there, and John Maguire with a high left-footed clearance way up there towards Aidan Dolan. Ball beating him. Roy Mitchell to grab it. Roy Mitchell is grounded, and there's a free out. Seamus McGovern. Free out into the centre. Sean Donnelly and Packy McKeever. John Donnelly picking it up. It comes to Thomas Tierney, plays it out here to Kevin Lynch. He won't get to it. It comes out over the sideline, and enter John Maguire and take that line ball. Finbar Kieran and Benny Rourke, they're queuing up to take it. Everybody wants to get as close to the camera as possible. Finbar's kick is a high one in there. John Lynch waiting. Aidan Dolan gets it. Aidan Dolan takes the shot, and I think he mistook the gateway for the goalpost there. The ball gone down in that general direction anyway. Score him in 2-6 to 1-6. Michael Rourke to take the kick out, and Drumeela in need of getting a goal to get back into the game. But I'm sure that could be arranged. That'll be a line ball on the far side of the field, and that might be the build-up to it. Nobody all that anxious to race out after it to get it. Packy McKeever is doing a lap of honour. The game's not over yet, Packy. You can take your time. And he's moving up to help the attack, complete with number 3 on his back, and that brings my memory back to years ago when Lar Foley of Dublin used to move from full back to full forward and bury balls in the net to give them victory. Up goes the ball, dropping in. They're still tussling for it. Noel Lyons trying to come out with it. Getting it down here to Kevin Lynch. Brendan Riley there to support him. Kevin Lynch in possession. Jerome Maguire running free on this side. John Danley. He's about to go through. He's forgot what he was going through with. And John being battled up. And that's great tackle there from Edmund Patterson. He gets the ball out to Finbar Kiernan. Finbar Kiernan out to Vincey Conley. About to be tackled by Thomas Tierney. Vincey in possession. Is it a ball or is it a loaf, Vincey? I think it was a ball. Thomas Tierney's got it. Thomas Tierney down there to Jerome Maguire. Jerome now take the left-footed chip in there into the arms of John Maguire. And a good clearance from John Maguire. Seamus McGovern waits, but decides to leave it to Kevin Lynch. Kevin playing it downfield. Finbar Kiernan's coming in. Michael Flanagan has blown the whistle. He saw some little incident there that he felt it was necessary to call up the play. A late challenge there, and there's a free to Carrigallen. Almost 13 minutes gone in the second half as Noah Lyons lobs it in. Brendan Riley gets it. He's trying to burrow his way through. He's grounded. 13-metre free. Tom Toner to take it. Michael Flanagan to tell them where to take the kick from. A sub gone into the team there. We'll find out who he is in just a few seconds. Gene Kelly has gone into the game. And John Maguire's kick out. Vincey Conley playing it up there for Finbar Kiernan. Finbar grabbing it nicely, coming upfield with it. Still Finbar Kiernan in possession. He's gone very near the corner flag. He sends in a low shot. Michael Rourke passing it back. There it comes to Noel Lyons. His clearance comes out on Packy McKeever. He's got to go back after it. Packy now pulling on it across the centre. Edmund Patterson. Edmund gets it further upfield for Finbar Kiernan. He plays it on field there. Gene Kelly in possession. Gene working his way through, takes the shot. It's gone out towards the end line. .14.5 minutes gone in the second half. Michael Flanagan with a pen and paper trying to count how many players is on the field. Out it comes to Brendan Riley. Brian Kiernan decides that he let him go and have his little run. There goes the kick. There's the point. Gene Kelly placing the ball, and I think he might be well intended to take the kick out. And that's a good one with a pair of runners. It's gone out over the sideline on the far side of the field. Line ball to Carrigallen. Some of the lads on the sideline here suggesting that he was as useful as a spectator as he is as a player out there to Drumeela. That's John Lynch in possession. John Lynch sending them attacking again. Roy Mitchell knocking it down. Finn back here and picking it up. Finn back here and chipping it inside. Joe Gormley lets it hop. It comes back outfield. Thomas Tierney tug of war with Owen McGovern. Mickey Flanagan has blown the whistle. And out it comes to Brendan Riley. Paddy Gilhooly back there to tackle him. Brendan lobs it in and Pat Fitch lets it go over his hands. It's gone in for a goal. But age is honourable to say, and Pat, they just might let you get away with it. Out comes the kick. Jimmy Morrow. Paddy Gilhooly letting it go to Brian Kiernan. Comes now to Jerome Maguire. And that's gone over the bar for another point. Good long kick from John Lynch. Packy McKeever knocking it down. And then playing it along the ground to Vincey Conley, who was one time very near neighbour of his. That's a good kick from out the field. We'll call it a point anyway, whether it is or not, because I'd say Vincey wouldn't mind calling for a point himself. There goes the kick out. Tom Toner. Tom trying to get away from Paddy Gilhooly. Jerome Maguire racing in after it. John Lynch across to tackle him. John Maguire coming out with it. He was tripped. And has been awarded a free out. Good long kick from John Lynch. Good fielding there by Vincey Conley. Vincey trying to work his way through the centre. Another good kick, another good point from Vincey Conley. Michael Rourke's kick out of the low one, and Drumeela about to attack again. Owen McGovern getting it up there to Vincey Conley. Vincey now trying to work his way through. He's still in possession. He takes the shot. It's a goal! And things are taking shape now. Another of those lads and we'd be on the bandwagon. Out comes the kick out. Brian Kiernan, just like his old self. John Maguire. Pat Fitch, race out to Ejabaya. Jimmy Morrow, tackled by Edmund Patterson. The light fading, and we may have to continue with sound only. But it's possible by the time it's been played that where it's been played, the light will also be fading. Mickey writing down that score as well, so will I. The score I have, I will not tell you. As John Lynch prepares to get another kick out, there goes the final whistle. Mickey, what do you make it? I think a fair result would be a draw, as the teams congratulate other on a fine evening's entertainment, as the crowd moved their way towards the exits. We'll also wrap it up. Jim McPadden was your man behind the camera, Tommy Tighe behind the mic, and also there on our camcorder was Philomena Darcy from St. Peter's Park in Newtowngore, Slán Agaibh Golair.